In some previous videos, I took a look at the Sony PSP and PS Vita, and used them as cameras instead. Now I'm gonna do it again. I personally think cameras on game consoles are just a gimmick, and while it can be a bit of fun, overall I just really don't bother with them. Unlike myself, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people out there nostalgic for this one. Today I'm going to look at the cameras from the Nintendo 3DS. The Nintendo 3DS wasn't the first Nintendo console that featured a camera. It wasn't even the first of the DS family to feature a camera. That was the DSi. I won't focus too much on the older DSi in this video, as it's basically just the same camera but without the 3D feature. Being a YouTube video, the 3D is going to be a bit tricky to show, so I will mostly be showing the 2D JPEG files that the system also saves at the same time. This video will have short sequences of flashing images in an attempt to simulate the 3D effect from the 3DS. So if that bothers you, please feel free to skip this video. In total, the 3DS has 3 cameras, 2 on the outside and a single inner camera, the latter not capable of producing 3D images. All of the sensors have the same low 0.3 megapixels with a dim f2.85 aperture. I'm not quite sure the actual equivalent focal length, but it's not wide. The focal length looks comparable to something closer to about 50 millimeters. Before we look at some photos, let's take a quick look at the interface on the 3DS. You can jump straight into taking a photo from the home menu by pressing the L and R buttons simultaneously, or you can also open the 3DS camera app. It's very simple to use, with L, R, and A all used to snap a photo. Unfortunately, I can't seem to find a way to turn off that annoying shutter sound though. At the top, you can switch inner and outer cameras, and photo or video. More on the video after. There's also a little red lever for more advanced settings. In here you'll find fun little effects, as well as some manual controls for tweaking sharpness and exposure. The middle button will bring up a zoom slider. Moving this left and right will change some of the 3D focus as well. Lastly, you also get a self-timer, with a voice option. When taking images in 3D, both of the cameras on the back will take a picture at the same time from a slightly different angle, creating a single image with depth from that. Switch over to 2D images, and it simply saves the image from one camera only. Images coming from the 3DS obviously aren't great. They are very low resolution and very dim, even in decent lighting. Brighten the lights too much though, and everything just gets blown out. Colors are also pretty muted and faded looking as well. The 3D effect is actually done really well on the 3DS. Well, when looking at the screen directly anyway. This really doesn't come across on video. I've made these animations to show the 2 pictures the 3DS takes side by side to try simulating the 3D. While a landscape or scene with everything further away won't work too well with the 3D, where it really shines is with a closer subject. Having the depth of a close subject with a further background will really make the subject stand out in the final 3D shot. When you switch over to video mode, you can record at 480p at 30 FPS, and you can do this in both 2D and 3D, with 3D with the back cameras. Even at the time when the original DSi came out, these cameras wouldn't have been considered good. But it's acceptable for gimmicks on the gaming device, of which the DSi and 3DS had many. 3D itself has pretty much always been a gimmick. I do think 3D can be fun, and the screens on the 3DS have never bothered my eyes, so I did take all the images in 3D mode. After making this video, I'll probably never even touch the camera on the 3DS again, but that doesn't mean I didn't have fun making it. I continue to use my 3DS with the 3D slider turned up occasionally, but like the PSP and the PS Vita, this is going to stay a gaming device, not a camera.